Hello and welcome to my pre-venture report. This is me, Najib Akshan, as you probably know, Mr. Toth. So to start things off, I'm gonna be talking about each member of our group. So yeah, I'll just start with the leader, I guess. So Alex Zagaric, as you know, again, you know his name. I don't have to keep saying it, or his last name, sorry. So he was the leader of our group. This happened mostly because he had never been a leader throughout the course this far, and also at the same time, we're like, Alex, if you want to do it, you can do it, and he was all for it. So we were like, Alex, you're gonna be our leader, and he's a very good, charismatic person. He's someone who he's quite friendly to everyone. He gets along with a lot of people. Very friendly guy, one of my good personal friends, and that's partially why, because he's just a really nice, genuine guy. As a leader, though, he's like from what we've seen so far, he's a very good hands-on leader. Not in the sense that like you have to do this, you have to do this, but he makes sure you know what you're doing and when it has to be done by. At the same time, he's also you're not the kind of person like you feel afraid around him because he's your leader. You feel like you can connect with him even though he is your leader type thing. He also is a very like good like very he articulates well, which is funny to say because I'm not articulating well right now, but he articulates very well as a leader, and so far like he's helped us like write our emails and like they're written at like a level that was like professional business standards. So that's really good from him so far. Great leadership. I've been very impressed. Moving on to our first group member, that is gonna be Doug. So Doug, like his role essentially is just like other than leader, we didn't really have like roles. Like we had individual people who like were gonna do certain things, but we didn't say like Doug, you're a social media expert or like something along those lines. It was mostly just like Alex was the leader, and then we're all group members. And I shouldn't say we're below him because we all work together, so we're like one big cohesive group. He has been good in the idea generation process. He's helped us generate lots of good, effective ideas. I feel like he's been, although he missed one class, he's someone who is a lot like Alex, like very friendly to everyone, and I'm sure you've seen it through like class discussions and things along that. That he articulates very well, and when he has a point, he knows how to effectively say it and make it. I think that's good from a group member because he helps us with his ideas. He can articulate what he's trying to say, get across the message he wants, and effectively give us better ideas as a group. So yeah, Doug so far a good group member. That like it's hard to say um too much about because it's still like it's hard to say the whole what like obviously my post venture report. Here's what I'm trying to get. My post venture report will have a very different outlook on some of the group members than my pre, as I know not as much as I could at this point, if that makes any sense. But so far, no complaints from Doug is basically what I'm trying to get at. Moving on to our next group member, which is Colton. So he's similar to Doug and Alex, both of them. Like just someone who's I think is very friendly to everyone. Like he's easy to get along with in a classroom environment. Also did a good job help generating ideas. The one thing that I've noticed so far about Colton is he can be sometimes inadvertently. I'm not sure if he's trying to, but he can be negative towards other people's ideas, and I'm not thinking like it's like a personal thing or like he's like, oh, I hate this idea. I just think he gets very set on a certain idea and he has like that tunnel vision, and he sometimes doesn't see alternative sides to expanding the tunnel a little bit. But that's understandable in this class. People are passionate, strong-willed individuals in this class, and like we've been experiencing that since the first round. So it's nothing that like any of us take personally. I'm just saying it's one thing that I've noticed from him. But overall, again, very happy with Sean thus far. And then, or sorry, Colton. Our next group member is Sean. So Sean is a very like everyone. I feel like we're a group of strong communicators. Sean has great communication skills, as you've seen through like presentations and things like that through this class so far. He's done a very effective job of presenting. He has a lot of like I feel like I'm saying the same thing for everyone, but at the same time, it's like it's hard to give them a full bio before I really know what they're gonna bring in this round. So far, he's had a lot of great thoughts and ideas, and he was ultimately like one of the people who thought of doing our pulled pork idea, which I'll get into. Also, he's willing to take like a leadership role. He's not someone who's gonna shy away from having to do something. So he's willing to like not like if something needs done, he's someone who's willing to say, yeah, I'll do that, which is something that I believe is a very effective part of a group, having people who are willing to do things, not asking questions. Then moving on to the last group member other than myself is Alexis. So far what I know from Alexis is she's extremely creative and artistic. Not having worked with her or like even that sounds like even talked to her in the past, really this is like really my first time really getting to know her as a person. She's like very creative, very artistic, which is something that's very important to our group. And it can help our any group, not just our group. It can help any group out a lot. She's not very talkative, but when she talks, everyone listens. She has that effect that because she doesn't really talk a lot, when she does end up speaking, it's something that everyone wants to hear, everyone wants to know about. Which is, if you're shown a few words, is if you say quality things, it's very effective. And I believe she does say quality things a lot of the time. And also, like this is a very good thing to have as well. She's very passionate about her ideas. You should obviously love your idea if you're going to present it to the group and want your ideas to succeed. But the only negative was sometimes when we were like, I'm not sure that idea is going to be able to effectively work or it's going to work at all. She seemed like she kind of shied away from the group a little bit and like stopped giving her input, which like it's understandable if you're very passionate about your idea, but at the same time you have to be okay with criticism and how to like move forward from it. So that's just my personal opinion. But again, a very effective group member and very good creative artistic person. Then lastly, I guess we'll finish with myself. Not to like I'm not trying to I would personally say that I'm kind of second in command in the group. On the first day, we were going to vote for a leader, and they said, Nigel, you can be the leader. But I was like, I sound like I'm bragging, but I promise you I'm not. But I was like, nah, like, Alex, I want you to be the leader. And we all agreed that Alex is, and like I said, Alex has been a great leader. But I like to think I'm a pretty good natural leader, and I hopefully possess those qualities well. So, like I said, I was second command in the group. I'm willing to really do whatever I had to, like, so far for the group to succeed. So, like, when Alex tells me something, I tend not to ask questions. I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I got you. An example of that would be, like, I took the initiative to write the emails to Cap to get the flyers for when we go door to door. So that's just, like, obviously it's just something that I thought of. But, like I said, everyone in the group so far has been very effective, very good at working, and it's been a good experience so far. So moving on to what our goal and procedure is. So our whole big idea is basically making pulled pork sandwiches, and why this would be effective, like what's our rationale behind it is because like so often at school there's barbecues where there's like hot dogs, hamburgers, basic like things to make on the barbecue, but has there ever been pulled pork? Like think about that. No. So that's pretty cool. It's a fresh take on like a classic like school lunch or a school barbecue, which is why I think it can be successful. Some challenges that we had to overcome is like getting the handling license. So Ben Tobias Murray, the kid who we want to have make these pulled pork sandwiches, his mother has one, but it's like can she find it type of thing, and hopefully it all gets worked out. And we're looking to sell these at the carnival, and also I forgot to mention get permission from the school, which we have. Our second idea, or our second what do you call it? Our second money generating task or fundraiser, that's the one I'm looking for, is making buttons. Now I know this is a lot more cliche than pulled pork, but it's the reason why it's effective is because it's just super easy to make. Like Alexis has a button press, which is huge for us. They're very like a lot of people like own buttons or not use, but like use them as like a design on their backpack and something like that. So it's like a really easy way, we believe, to make money. The downside to it is we did have to buy the buttons, which cost around $50, and we're looking to sell these at the carnival potentially, and then also throughout the school after this. And last but certainly not least, the old-fashioned way of raising money is going door to door. And really the rationale is just it's something easy that we can all do on our own time when we have time to do. And it's something that, although like we might not get money from everyone, like it's almost a guarantee that you'll at least get some money, which is good. So our financial forecast. So you mentioned in the past that, excuse me, classes have typically raised around $2,500, and as there was five groups, we figured let's try and raise $500 collectively as a group. So that's our goal. Our expenses so far are 50 for the buttons, which we've paid for, and then an estimated around like 40 to 50 for the supplies for the pulled pork. It depends what pork we go with, and like there's a lot of variables that can affect it, but like at the most it would be like 60, 65. So it's somewhere in that range is like our expenses on that. Then lastly, getting into the curriculum connections here. So the first one I want to focus on was D2, which is demonstrating understanding of appropriate planning tools and techniques in a variety of situations. Now, I guess I can't really say it's a variety of situations because it's a group atmosphere and we're like working with the same people, but at the same time, we are having to plan, and we're using different planning tools such as like having an action plan, keeping daily logs, things along those lines that can effectively help us uh, effectively help us become better planners and better at planning. That's really what I'm going for. So we're understanding like how to effectively use these planning tools instead of just like sitting and not doing any work and just talking about it. Like we're figuring out how to effectively plan, how to make sure things get done, and that's something that I think is important, especially for. Sorry, I'm just fixing something in my nose. Especially that's something that's effective for, like, for a charity, for a charitable cause, where you need to plan and need to make sure you can raise the most money possible. So the second expectation I'm going to be talking about, or that I think connects, is B2, which is demonstrating understanding of group dynamics. Obviously, this is our fifth time, sorry, working with groups in this class. So by now we've had a pretty good understanding of like how people work together. And now at this point, I think because we understand how everyone works, it's our best time to show our understanding of group dynamics. So I'll take a quote from like Alex when I was talking to him like after class one time. He went, "Yeah, like I've worked with Alexis a couple times now, and the way to get the best out of her is make her feel like she's wanted in the group." He said, I've been in a group with her where where the leader didn't make her feel wanted, and I've been in one where she felt wanted, and she did a lot more work, a lot more quality work when she felt wanted. So that's obviously not myself doing it, but that's Alex understanding that one of his group members needs that like extra support behind her, and that's great, really, for the group. Um, and it's really like at this point, if you don't have an understanding of how people work and how people in your group are working, then you're not going to find a ton of success, I think, in the round. And I think all of us understand what works for us, what doesn't work for us, and that's partially why I think it's we'll have success in this round. And last but certainly not least is analyze the importance of planning to the success of an organization. So once again, this is kind of like the first one, but it's like the organization in this case is like us raising money for charity, and it's hard to analyze because in the end I'll be able to analyze how much like did the planning actually work. Like who knows, when this is over, this could have absolutely gone terribly. Like I don't know that. But so in the end, I'll be able to effectively analyze. But now we can just show that, like, once again, that planning is important to make sure you have that drive to like what you have to do. And yeah, that's gonna end things for my pre-venture report here. Hope you like listening to my voice and looking at my face for around 14 minutes here. I'm sure you're getting used to it by now because I've done this a couple times. But I'd like to thank you for listening, Mr. Toth, and that's all I'm gonna say. See you later.